All right, today I'm telling the story about how I haven't worn a bra in about 5 years. And it feels so freaking good. But it wasn't always easy to be this way and to go out into public and into the world with no bra on. The way that most of us women were conditioned, especially in the United States, is that you turn 13, your nipples start to become apparent on the outside of your shirt, and you must start covering them up, pretending they aren't there. Ever since the very beginning of me trying to wear a bra, it has felt so deeply uncomfortable, so constricting to my entire breathing cavity, the space of my self-expression and comfort zone. My heart, my lungs are all right here, and they feel so trapped inside of a bra. They typically have some sort of elastic or constraint, or even, God forbid, wires that are pressing up against your skin to push your body in some way. I would say all these complaints I just made aren't really a recipe for feeling confident and comfortable in public, in moments where you're visible, in moments when you're at work or doing the things you love to do. It's kind of doing the opposite effect. Whenever I used to wear one, I was just living for that moment at the end of the day where I could come home and take it off and finally breathe. I think we can all relate to that moment where you rip it off, and it is a huge relief from the tension that has been created around your upper body for the whole day. For some people, bras bring more discomfort than comfort. And so it just feels like, why the heck are we wearing these? Who is making us wear these? Is it a choice? Can I take it off? Can I stop listening to this social pressure that I think I perceive that I should be wearing one? So we are going to deconstruct all of that today. I want to help you feel a little bit more confident in going braless. It's not going to be an overnight shift. I want to show you how to really gradually become a person who can go braless and feel great about it and confident, and supercharge your comfort level in your body and in what you're wearing every day. Now, who am I to be talking about any of this? I'm just a flat-chested girl that you might brush off at the first sight of course she doesn't need to wear a bra. And I'll tell you why it doesn't just apply to people with tiny chests like me. My name is Leah, and I have a handmade clothing and sewing pattern business called Charlie Darwin Textiles, where I focus on comfort first designs that really prioritize how you feel in your body, using plant-based fabrics and dyes that are really soft and sensitive to your skin, while also thinking about design elements that are going to feel comfortable and unobtrusive and let you not wear a bra. Along the way, I'm also trying to layer on our aesthetic preferences and our eco-friendly values. So these things all stack on top of each other and ultimately help you align better with the clothes that you're wearing every day. And so that's why when I design clothing for my clothing brand and then release those sewing patterns to you, one of my very, very top priorities is to make sure that all of the tops and dresses can be worn without a bra. Because if it needs a bra, like if it would really look only good if wearing a bra, I'm not gonna wear it. Before we get too much further in this video, I wanna give a disclaimer that if you love your bra, this video is not for you, and that's totally okay. This video is for everyone else who hates wearing their bra but just has been white-knuckling it for years, possibly decades, and who is looking for that support and safe space to start thinking at least about taking off that bra in public. And that's exactly what this is. This is a safe space. The comment section of this video, I will protect it fiercely as a safe space, and any judgmental or rude comments will be deleted as soon as possible. And something I hear a lot from people is, I'm just so large-chested that I feel like I need to wear a bra. And I want to say two things can be true at the same time. One is maybe you don't. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Like, also we can normalize large-chested women not wearing a bra. But if wearing a bra is physically more comfortable for you, like actually reduces your pain load throughout the day, I totally get that. And then in which case this video becomes about feeling confident in wearing that really freaking comfy bra. The one that makes you the most comfy throughout the day, even if it doesn't smooth out your nipples the most or lift them up the highest, then that's what I want this video to become about for you. And for the rest of us, we're just gonna take the bra off entirely. Swing it around, throw it at the lead singer, and keep going. I'm gonna start by going over why I think we should support women going braless in public, even in the workplace, wherever they freaking wanna be on a day-to-day basis. And then I'm gonna get into 7 really helpful tips for how to confidently transition from wearing a bra to going braless in your everyday life. We're gonna talk design, fabric, styling, layering, all of that and more. And no matter where you are in your journey now, maybe you've been braless for years or you haven't even considered it yet, I'm going to bet that most women in the United States have been tied to this tradition of wearing bras that we physically can't stand just because we are so afraid of the negative social consequences that we will get if we don't wear one. Are people gonna make fun of us? Are they going to say things to our face? Are they going to sexualize us? Or who knows what? We can all picture what we think other people are going to say about us. And that's what makes it the journey of confidence, and that's what I want us to work on today specifically. I will say that after 5 years of going 100% braless, I don't think about it at all anymore. I am so deeply, deeply not self-conscious about it. Maybe 5% of the time when I'm in some unique social scenarios. But just to give you hope, you can get there. And I know it's easy for me to say now I work from home, but I did this transition while I was in a lot of public workplaces. I worked front desk at an animal hospital. I worked at a homeless shelter, and I taught a bunch of college classes. I did all of that braless, baby. All right, so it is possible and it is doable. I've learned a lot along the way, and now I want to share my 7 tips for how you can transition confidently into going braless, even at work, in public, traveling, whatever you want to do. All right, tip number 1 is more mindset based. Please be kind to yourself. Confidence takes time. Sometimes I wish I had the courage to just be the change that I want to see in the world. If I could just say, screw bras today, and then tomorrow never wear a bra again, and not think about it for 1 more second, that'd be cool. But sometimes it's really not that easy. And going against the grain of any cultural norm, like shaving, or the length of your hair, or the genderedness of your clothing, going against these really seemingly strong cultural norms, I think it just takes time for us to adjust to. Even if we mentally up here know that we want to do it, feeling safe doing it is a different story. It takes time to get there. So just be kind to yourself in the process and treat this as a journey. Tip number 2, I recommend that you ease into it by going braless in different settings that might feel more safe to do so. So if you think going braless, like at work, is going to make you feel too insecure and unable to focus all day because all you're thinking about is like, are people looking at, can people tell I'm not wearing a bra? Then just first try going braless to a safe place where you'll likely only see women, or where you're just going to be out in nature where the squirrels aren't wearing bras. And then once this feels less scary, you can try going braless to the grocery store, going to visit your family if they're not like annoying judgmental weirdos, and ease your way up to the more scary places, maybe like work, or to your family that is annoying judgmental weirdos. And that way you're kind of able to titrate your way up into forgetting that you aren't wearing a bra in front of other people. And the reason we're seeking that kind of more authentic confidence in going braless is not only so that we aren't feeling so much anxiety in our heads, but also because I believe that when you show up confidently in who you are, people are more likely to just be like, okay. The more I can show up confidently and show people like, don't you like my personality still? Don't you think I'm still beautiful? I mean, I'm not asking them permission. I'm saying, hey, I'm still all the great things about me. And I don't even notice that I don't shave my legs. You do. And you might even inspire more people along the way. I know that it was only because I saw several other women not wearing a bra, not shaving their legs, that I had felt the safety to say, oh, I still really like her and she doesn't do those cultural norms. And so maybe I am safe to do that too. And seeing those other brave women do it really inspired me along my journey. So you don't have to do this for other people. Do it for yourself, but just know along the way, you're doing a public service by being more in tune with your body and your comfort levels. All right, tip number 3, there is safety in layers. Adding layers can be a really great first step in that confidence transition. So what I did was I started by layering like a simple soft cami or tank top under my shirts. So something like this is just one single layer. It's got like a little bit of like stretch and structure to it. The one I've got here is 95% cotton, 5% elastane. So it's still got the breathability qualities of cotton. I think I got this from H&M. Not promoting fast fashion here, just saying. They do have a good base layer option. This base layer just helps add smoothing to the situation without cutting into your rib cage at all. Alternatively, you could start by wearing like your favorite shirt that you want to wear braless, but add in some lightweight layers on top of it. So linen fabric is the most fantastic for layering. Even in like a super hot summer day, you can get away with wearing long sleeve linen shirts because they're so breathable and antibacterial, so they don't hold on to stink. Some examples of this would be my Isabella Tiger jacket dress. Drapes really well over tons of other outfits. And my Canary Peplum top is another good example of a button up. My Wren shirt and my Lichen button shirt. These are all great layering options. And if not a jacket, you can always layer a linen scarf over your favorite top. And these things are great to just have on hand nearby when you're going through this braless transition, because that way you can just throw the jacket or the scarf on in moments when you aren't really like feeling like being the new you. We all have lapses in our confidence sometimes, and we just want that security of like, I don't want to do this right now. I'd rather die than have my nipples ever be apparent to the world. And so you just want a scarf. These are great things to just keep around, and that's totally okay. Tip number 4 is to make or shop garments that are fully lined in the bodice. I know we all love the feel of a lightweight and breathable shirt, but sometimes lightweight fabrics can be a little bit too see-through, and we just need a little bit more reinforcement to get the opacity we want and also maybe added structure that we want in the bust region. So fully lined just means something that is 2 layers, and one of the layers is not see-through. And some great examples of this are my mantis dress and my argent and sable dress, which the argent and sable dress sewing pattern is actually going to be launching on my site on April 30th, 2026. I'm so excited to get it in your hands so that you can make a bunch of this fully lined bodice. I made it, of course, because I wanted a dress to throw on in the summer that I could wear braless. I am definitely not trying to wear a bra on a hot summer day, I can tell you that much. And because it's fully lined, and I always recommend sewing with linen, it isn't see-through at all up here. It's got a fully lined bodice that makes me feel like I have a bit more structure and support up top. Of course, it's not lifting anyone up at all, but it gives me a lot of confidence in going braless and not feeling inappropriate about it. And for the sewing pattern, I'm including options for you to do it as a tank top, a dress that goes above the knee, midi length, and maxi length, as well as tons of different neckline options. We've got circle neck and V-neck options and different sleeve attachments, so you could go sleeveless or add a couple different types of cap sleeves. It's gone through over 20 pattern testers who have helped me perfect it in all different sizes, and they are loving wearing it without a bra. So if you're interested in this pattern and you want to be one of the first notified when it releases, go ahead and sign up for my email newsletter down at the link in the description below. All right, as we're building our confidence, we've looked at different layering and design techniques. Tip number 5 is another design technique that can take you a really long way. It is to look for or make garments that have added texture, ruffles, buttons, pockets, pleats, shirring. These are all your friend in the bust area. Any type of design detail that adds texture and volume to your boobie area is going to help distract from the texture of just two nipples staring someone straight in the eye. You want something to help break up that pattern on the surface of your shirt. So some examples of this: you can see really lovely pleats coming up in my ladybird jacket dress. Those help both add volume at the biggest part of the boobs, but also add some texture and different lines that break up that area. My finch top is a fantastic example as well, with the seam line running right above the bust line, with lots of gathering, adding both volume and texture onto your boob area. It's also really roomy and comfortable, so it adds a lot of breathability. These are both patterns and garments that you can get over on my website. And you can also get some good texture coming up from something like an elastic waistband, such as in my Sanctuary jumpsuit or my Junebug jumpsuit. Tip number 6 is that you aim for more stable, non-slippery fabrics. So slippery fabrics are your silks, satins, polyesters, elastics, and acrylics, which are more likely to cling to your body, and then they create shadows with each and every tiny little bump under the surface, like a nipple. Okay, so fabrics that are typically more stable are your linen, cotton, wool, sometimes rayon, and we're lucky because these more stable fabrics are also more breathable and better for the environment. But I also acknowledge that like those slippery fabrics are kind of the ones that are associated with like being a more sexy woman, like a bodycon dress, something that clings to you all the way down, something that is shiny, or like a silky slip. I get it. That's not like me as fundamentally as a person, and I don't know, probably it's not too many of you either, but I want to put it out there that just because you're wearing like a woven, non-stretch, non-silky garment doesn't mean that your clothing has to look like a potato sack either. You can look for woven linen styles that still hit you in all the right places and have shaping to them. So that's looking for things like bust starts, waist starts, gathering, waist ties that help you cinch it in. Even just tucking in a shirt at the waist can help bring out the silhouette of your body and find your natural waistline. All right, last but not least, my final tip for you is that you just share your experience with your friends. Going against that norm, especially when, let's say, your paycheck feels at risk, when your social status feels like it could be impacted, or you are getting into a new relationship with someone and you don't know how they're gonna feel about it. It can all feel a little bit scary and you're wondering, is it worth it? But I would bet that most of your friends feel this way too. And just remember that there is safety in numbers. Half of the world, of all of the human beings on earth, were born with boobs. I mean, we're all born with nipples, but half of us are female. A lot of people have boobs, all right? At least half of the human population is grappling with the bra issue, okay? So we are not a minority, and if you think that you're alone in dealing with this issue, trust me when I say you are not. After this video has been up for a little bit, look and see how there are comments in the comment section, how many likes are on this video, how many people viewed it. There are tons of people who are really, really interested in solving this problem for themselves. Something I've been working on a lot, especially lately, is coming into my own body and sensing how I feel, where I feel emotions, and trying to feel grounded, not just like I'm a bunch of ideas swimming up in my head, but that I am feeling sensations in my body. And stress can get stored in my body. Trauma is stored in my body and it expresses itself as pain. And so many women are experiencing so much pain all the time. I am ready to take off as many layers of that pain as physically possible. One way I do that is by wearing super soft linen fabric that is free of harmful chemicals. It is soft on my skin. I finish my seams in a way that make it so it's not so itchy. I do roomier garments that allow me to breathe as my body shifts throughout the day. Another way I do that is by going braless. Let us know if you want to transition into going braless, if you already have, where you're at in that journey, and what that journey has been like. Do you have any extra tips for us? These are just ones that I've collected over the past 5 years, but I'm sure there are so many more great ideas and helpful mindsets to get us all through this and feeling more confident on this. I talk a lot on this channel about sewing and linen and clothing, but this one feels bigger than that. And I don't have better words for it than that, but I hope a little sprinkling dash of magic hits you today. And know that next time you choose not to put a bra on, that I'm right there with you, cheering you on, saying, yeah, fuck them. All right, don't forget to sign up for my email newsletter so you're notified when my new sewing pattern comes out on April 30th. It is the Argent and Sable top and dress pattern. You can make it any length that you want and do different sleeve attachments, different necklines. Make it your own. It is a perfect one for throwing on hot summer days without a bra, or with your ugliest, comfiest bra, if that's what suits you best. The pattern will be on sale for the first 2 weeks only, so keep an eye on your inbox once it's launched. All right, thanks so much for being here with me today. Hope you have a good one. Bye.